say rolling.
Yep.
I'm not bragging, right?
And rolling.
Hey, are you ready to see the YouTube? What the fuck is the name? YouTube Saints. It's a new podcast. It's the shit. It's keeping the globalists out of your fucking mind. Put tinfoil in your nose. Hillary's a demon.
Progenia di cellule ribelli, volve verso l'universo, l'attraversero. Se si stelle fate vedere io mi fermerò. Oh, Saturday, la mia libertà. Saturday, oh no. Oh, Saturday, oh sono realtà. Saturday, oh no! Follow nella mia vita, no, non è finita, io mi fermerò. Trovi le mie vele, nel cielo in fondo al mare, io ti crederò. Saturday, la mia libertà. Saturday, oh no! Oh, Saturday, oh sono Saturday, oh no! Follow la mia vita, no, non è finita, io mi fermerò. Trovi le mie vele, nel cielo in fondo al mare, io ti crederò. Metallica, concreta realtà, videoclip elettronico, il loro di civiltà, confuse progenia di cellule ribelli, volve verso l'universo, l'attraversero. Se si stelle fate vedere io mi fermerò. Oh, Saturday, la mia libertà. Saturday, oh no! Oh, Saturday, oh sono realtà. Saturday, oh no! Saturday, la mia libertà. Saturday, oh no! Oh, Saturday, oh sono realtà. Saturday, oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Are you pumped? Are you fucking pumped? Are you ready? It's time. It's time for the YouTube Saints. Welcome everybody to our show. This is the YouTube Saints, where we sort the garbage people from the recycling, because if we don't, then the city charges us in super chats. I am Jeff Holiday, and with me as always is my partner in crime, Nick, aka the Wizard of Cause.
What's good, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for enjoying both renditions of that song. What you don't know is that first version was actually a techno remix. That's so true. It's still in the works. Yeah, maybe some of the beats and some of the bass needs to drop a little more. We'll figure it out. But you are the proving grounds for all techno music. Let's just move on. Come on.
Yeah. And
it kind of got away from me.
Talking of new innovations, tonight we have this lovely bar you can see down below us. Now, this is a prototype. We don't know how well this is going to work. We're giving it a shot tonight. A wonderful person tagged in the down there, and Sevi Rose helped get this whole thing together, where if you type a tweet with hashtag YTSaints, if this thing is working right, it'll show up below us, and we'll see. We'll see if it works.
I think it's going. I mean, it's scrolling a little slow. We're getting some links in there. Mr. Bunty King alt I'm seeing. Hashtag wash your ass. Hashtag garbage humans.
Mm-hmm. So it blanks out a little bit because the way it's coded, it has to like refresh and rewrite to the notepad. I might have to speed it up. I don't know, but I'll fuck with it later because we're live.
Yeah, I'm gonna speed it.
Format is satisfying.
Speed it up a little bit. Yep, and also, I mean, I don't want any of you guys in the chat getting the idea that this is just some way to get you to promote our show more while we're doing it, so more people will come and watch it and avoid watching people like failure accomplished. But it's an idea, right?
Oh, it is an idea. I mean, it is something. It's something new. We're increasing the format. The format grows with us as we grow as people. So too does the format grow with us.
Yeah, and we see the thing is we're ideas people. That's our thing. We're ideas people. I think maybe one of the problems we might end up having though is that so long as we keep tweeting with our own hashtag from our own account and other people retweet us, we'll work on it. We'll get it out there.
We'll get it figured out. I do want to say a big thank you to Salvi Eric from Internet Commenticut for that amazing shout out that you recorded, Nick. That was incredible.
Yep. Yeah, and I know Eric's watching this show, so if you ever want to come on, you're more than welcome. Honestly, my favorite channel right now, outside of this, of course. And also, a little celebration. We've just recently hit another irrelevant milestone. If you guys follow my work, you know I love irrelevant milestones. And we've passed 7,000 subscribers.
Hey.
Still doesn't explain why it is on average we get 3 times more views than we have subscribers. But I'm gonna chalk that up to the format being that good. There we go. Look at that. That's the scroll bar I wanted to see. There we go.
It's gonna go blank every now and then and come back, and we'll see. It might just be going so slow that it's not gonna show any new stuff, but we'll try it out. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna do it live. We're doing it live. So let's get into the news.
Yep.
Let's
fuck it and do it live.
Tell me all about this first one.
All right, well, see, you were a little late getting to VidCon, and by now everyone knows of all the stories going around, all of the, the ugly battles and contested tweets and so forth. But there was one story which really took precedence over, well, everything else outside of something else, and that is the panel. Now, Anita Sarkeesian held a panel about something I can't be fucked to remember what it was about at this point, but we all know the story at this point. She actually looked Sargon Fakad dead in the eye. And just as she fought back the urge to break into tears and confess her undying love, she brought it all back inside and decided to actually just lash out. Now, everybody knows about the garbage human.
That's our word, by the way. It is.
That is our word.
It is bigoted to use garbage human if you were not a garbage human. So check your fucking privilege, Anita Sarkeesian.
Only a trasher can call another trasher trasher. Thank you, Tim Minchin, for giving us that meme. But what's not widely known, actually, is that things did actually escalate a bit beyond that. Now, I was at the panel, and I was able to get this exclusive footage, which you're not going to see anywhere else because I haven't released it because I wanted to wait for this show. Jeff's got the tape. YouTube Saints exclusive. So here we go. Jeff's going to roll the tape, and we're going to actually see what it looked like in that panel after the infamous garbage human comment.
All right, here we go. Oh my god. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, things got a little. They got a little heated. They got a little heated. It was an event to remember.
That's crazy. That happened outside of VidCon. That looks a little bit like downtown
They were-
Chicago.
It might. I mean, there was the funny thing about there was just so much open space and industrial piping. You'd be hard pressed to tell the difference if you were there. And yeah, honestly, they were really upset about the fact that our group came in and packed the first 3 Geo Metros. I mean, rows that were in the. So. Yeah, so as it is now, Sargon is recovering in hospital back in England, where his tax dollars
Keck bless him,
pay for it.
Chatelet.
So,
Keck bless
yep,
him.
Keck bless him, Chatelet. He's undergoing homeopathic treatments for lacerations to the face and ego. Hopefully, we're wishing him a speedy recovery. Now, there was other news. Do you want to go into this next one? Because this was some fun bit of YouTube news.
Sure, yes, absolutely. So the next little bit, which is kind of fascinating, people always want to go for maximum amount of fame, and it's kind of part of the platform. You want to get big onto YouTube. You want to be able to like get that one big viral hit, and with this one big viral hit, this will change your life forever. All you need is an idea, and we're idea people, but that also means we can also pick out when an idea is really fucking bad. So
yeah, there's some seriously bad ideas on YouTube. You might not be aware of this, but not everybody who makes content on this website is how do I say, a genius.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So we're gonna let our good friends Andy and Chris Worski explain this for us.
This is on YouTube, so this does affect our community as well and how people go about using YouTube.
Oh, so quiet.
Don't shoot people, you fucking idiot.
Hashtag Worski wisdom.
Hashtag Worski wisdom. Do not shoot your boyfriend in the chest.
Now, if you haven't heard the story, there was a YouTuber or their claim to fame.
I like how you're like YouTuber.
Well, that's the idea.
Anyone could be a YouTuber.
So pretty much. So they try to get famous and they're by pulling a stunt. So stunts are how they're gonna get.
So what do
this,
they
right?
do? Like bike over the other person on a ramp? Did they like put a prank like a bucket on a door with like shit in it or something? Did he like jizz on her face? When she wasn't looking?
No, not even a prank invasion.
Oh shit!
Okay, this is just going. They're going pure stunts.
Pure stunts.
Pure stunts.
Oh, I know what they did.
100% high octane.
Motorcycle over like 12 school buses.
No.
Fuck. I'm trying to understand this stunt.
So to explain it a little bit better, unfortunately for some reason coming through my circle, the audio is really quiet. I don't know why, and I also got to turn.
Fortunately, that's also why we picked the Warskis, is because you can always hear Andy I mean, you could put 3 pillows around that guy's face. I tried. You could still hear him. So
it was sexual, guys. It wasn't mean. It was sexual. So
yeah, no. I mean, if you watched Derek stream before, what happens at VidCon stays at VidCon, and honestly, I don't think Andy's ever gonna want to look at another rotisserie chicken again.
Probably not. So the basically what happened was this couple decided that they wanted to become internet famous, and in order to do this, they decided that the best use of their time would be for the guy to hold a book in front of his chest, and she would shoot the book with a handgun. Now, what's amazing about this, what's absolutely incredible, is, well, for one, of course it didn't fucking work. But for two, she didn't just shoot him with, like, a 38 or something, or a 9mm. No, she shot it with a fucking Desert Eagle 50 caliber. A big old chest crater-causing fucking hand cannon.
Yeah, and, it's that, it's that sort of mentality. I mean, here's the thing. In a way, she got her wish. She is internet famous now. I don't know her fucking name. Yeah, but yeah, dude's dead because of people's desperate bids to become internet famous. Now, what shocks me is, did they go out and purchase the gun just for the thing? Because if you own a 50 caliber and you've ever fired it, or you know anything about them, you'd kind of know, don't point them at people you don't want to explode.
Yeah, it's a serious fucking ordinance. It's a 50 caliber fucking round. That's some serious shit.
Yeah, honestly, like like a low charge like 9mm would have been perfect at the prank. A 22 might have actually, I don't know, a 22 might have bored through. It's small and fast enough, but depends on the book too. Here's the question: was she going with like Dance with Dragons, perhaps? You know, nice thick George R.R. Martin body armor, or was this the 60-page? Was it this book? Because I'll tell you, I mean, this book, it's certainly not going to stop a bullet. And it's not going to make you rich either. I know I've read. Well, I read the introduction, that much. But
Yeah. Oh sure.
yeah. So what the hell kind of book was it? Was it like a classic phone book test? Because that's really the only purpose behind phone
Oh, yeah,
books.
I would have
anymore.
gone for like at least like a hard leather bound Encyclopedia Britannica or some shit like that. You know, like something with some meat. You know. A meaty book to meet a meaty caliber, but then again, I also probably wouldn't do this. I might have made the joke that, and I'm not going to confirm nor deny this, but I might have made the joke earlier that one Instagram model who was telling the security at VidCon to kill himself, that if he really wanted to get famous, one surefire way to do it is maybe he'd want to hook up with the lady who's in this whole situation. I hear she's single, so it might work.
I'm kind of wondering if they didn't try, like, if the dude wasn't maybe holding like the Fountainhead or Atlas Shrugged in front, and the book just gave way, seeing that it was a clear violation of the non-aggression principle.
Maybe. So let's.
Yeah,
do
I
some
mean, typically firing firearms at other people, that's kind of a violation of the NAP. I hope you're here, T. You can correct me if you won't.
Usually, yeah. Let's do some super chats real quick, and then we'll move on to our third news story for the night. So, I'm gonna pull this motherfucker up. All right, here.
Oh,
All right. We got JT Yearsley, Chatelet, my dude. King Richard, the Lionheart of England. All hail the king, baby. All hail the king. Hypno Lucid, y'all are my favorite garbage humans. P.S. Jeff is looking snazzy as fuck tonight. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I clean up pretty fucking well, I think.
Yeah, I go ahead and shave, and not even a dime about my the shit beard's gone. It's just the goatee. I look like you know what? We're going another button down. That's what we're doing. You see even the red neck thing? There we go.
Some sexiness.
Drink it. You know, it's like, yeah. I mean, VidCon took it out of me, so I'm back to shitty beer and a fucking beer koozie. So yeah. Anybody seen my cousin? Ask her how the pregnancy test turned out.
Zero Burn 75 got my rum, video games, the Saints, and a ton of format. Chatelet, my dudes, garbage humans unite. Damn right.
Only way to spend a Sunday night. Rum, video games, and format.
Damn right. We got Eggplant Apocalypse. Pull up your socks. I'm not wearing socks, nor am I wearing pants right now, actually.
I'm wearing ankle socks. I can't pull them up anymore.
You're wearing ankle socks?
Yeah.
Are you wearing
I'm
Crocs
I'm
too?
also wearing dad shoes. Shit. I was being dad today. Yeah, I ain't wearing my fancy boots. Just take a kid out for a walk around a bunch of goddamn heroin addicts. No, I'm wearing ankle socks. They're lucky I didn't wear fucking cargo shorts this town.
Corduroy cargo shorts.
Yes. I sold my neckbeard to the homeless. Yeah.
I need my orthopedic sneakers. Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't see any of these beard chats because none of them are attached to money.
Oh,
Continue.
The Dr. Gnome.
You can talk about my shitty goatee all day.
The Dr. Gnome. The correct thing to say is 50 caliber Action Express, my dude. Oh, my bad.
True.
Then we have Dead Bear. Gun control laws need, dare I say, an IQ test. That's not a bad idea, especially considering the problems that we have with people randomly fucking, I don't know, shooting their partners. Kind of an issue.
You know what I could see working? I could see working, like when you're buying the gun, when they run the background check, it's just like an actual questionnaire, and one of the questions like, is this for a YouTube video? Are you Hickok? Are you Hickok 45?
Right.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Dude, that guy's a really good fucking gun YouTuber, by the way. Holy shit.
He doesn't shoot anyone's boyfriends.
That's right. And that's the first step in making sure that you're gonna have a successful gun video on YouTube. Did you shoot a person? No. You're on your way to success.
You're halfway there.
El Presidente DMCS. White girl shoots Hispanic man. Poll is ecstatic. Oh, God. Sir Wolfgang. Darwin Award of 2017. It's going to be hard to top this level of stupid. Rule 1 of firearms ownership. Don't point at anything you don't intend to shoot. Damn right. And Sir Wolfgang again. Don't intend to shoot. Sorry, really baked. You didn't have to. You didn't have to super chat again. We got it, dude. It's all good. You're great, fam. We love you.
Yeah. Jeff read between the lines on that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty. Yeah, but it is pretty clear cut. Yeah, just to try not to shoot people on camera.
Try not
you know,
to. Try not to.
Unless it begins with Allahu Akbar, in which case, like, you don't really have much choice.
Yeah.
And then you get hit. Yeah. Then you get hit with a bunker buster, and then you go viral.
Yep.
So this next story, this is something I'm particularly proud of, and this is going to seem like humble bragging. Yes, it's going to seem like humble bragging, but as we all know, our good buddy Count Dankula is facing charges in Scotland for hate speech because he dared to teach a pug to exterminate the Jews. Wait. No, he dared to teach Pug to make the trains run on time. No. Oh yeah, no. He annoyed his girlfriend by teaching his her pug Buddha to react to the words "wanting to gas the Jews" happily. And unfortunately, now apparently everyone in his neighborhood knows if they yell "you want to gas the Jews" at Buddha, he thinks he's getting a biscuit. So that's the real punishment, Dank. But he was denied legal aid, and he was denied legal aid because apparently his girlfriend has too much money and they have a joint account and the state just wasn't interested. So a fundraiser on You Caring was thrown together real quick once it was verified. Before the Patreon stream, which I actually didn't end up doing and will be doing tomorrow, I went on, I figured I'd just launch a little stream. I'm like, I'll raise a few $100 in preparation for this. And shit just poured in. Now, I'm not going to say this stream that I held raised the full amount. We did help out. We had good help from Undoomed, Magog, Ian Miles Chong, Cognitive Thought showed up. A couple of my patrons showed up. One of them threw down 200 pounds personally. And the initial goal was for 12,000 pounds. At last check, I believe it's roughly about 17,500 pounds.
Yep.
Which is well over 20 grand US. And then the important thing to this too, it's not just keeping our buddy out of jail, but this is actually the first legit arrest-based judicial challenge to these sort of backwards fucking hate speech laws that the UK and Scotland have passed. So hopefully, not only will we spare this wonderful asshole friend of ours
and
from
he's
jail,
incredible.
so we
love
can.
You, Count Dankula.
Yeah, and his fucking content. If you're not subscribed to Count Dankula already, where the fuck have you been? But we're hoping also to see him next year. And so here's a little clip. This is actually a clip from the stream. This is the moment that we hit the goal. This was after nearly 8 hours. I'd just gotten the warning from YouTube saying we're going to shut this shit down soon. I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens. We'll go as far as we can. Jeff was there too, I forgot.
For a little bit, yeah.
And Robert. Yeah, you shut up a couple times.
Fucking prison. Maybe others will too.
Yeah.
I agree with Stephen. Next, we have £20 5 minutes ago from Senor Ding Dong. We got you, fam. Show these cucks what's for.
That's what we're doing.
Senor Ding Dong, I completely and utterly agree with you. Then 5 minutes ago again, we have £30 from Red Royals. Much love to Dank. Keep going.
Holy shit, guys, we've passed the goal. We've done it.
Have we?
Holy shit, we fucking did it!
Yes.
Oh my god!
Michael Gable.
Alright. Let's. Alright, hang on. Let's let our donor. Yeah, let's continue.
Alright, fine. Alright.
We're Adolf Hitler.
Yep. Adolf Hitler X. First they came for the Nazis, then a YouTube link no one can click on. 20 pounds. Jeremy Chandler, I watch your videos and always laugh. This breach of your free speech rights is bullshit. Agreed. Yep. And you just helped us solve that. Sam Moed, I believe, £5. Thanks. I'm just paranoid. Have been ranting to friends and family about this case. It's an outrage. Good you're talking to people, man. The fact that the reason that no one's talking about this is because nobody knows about it.
Damn right. And that's why we keep signal boosting this whole story, too. A special shout out to Michael Gable, who rounded off. We don't even know how much he dropped.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Yeah, Michael Gable is like the unsung YouTube saint himself. The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's helping out all of your favorite creators, and
he's a fantastic human.
And moreover, let's not spend too much time too, because he also really doesn't seem to like the spotlight about it either. So thank you, Michael.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. But also, even
Yeah.
more so, I have to give a huge shout out to you, my co-host, for hosting that stream and helping make that whole thing happen. Shout out to you, dude. It's a good thing what happened.
Fucking proudest moment on YouTube, and also the longest stream I've been part of. And yeah, I was just fucking tickled that worked. And it's yeah, like it legit is a good cause. Dankula does not belong in jail.
No.
Those laws are bullshit and need to be challenged. And this is kind of a two birds with one stone situation. Now, if you're interested, you can still go find the UK Karen, because his trial's not for almost another. It's at the end of this month, and I believe the campaign is still going. And honestly, I'd love to see the dude walk in. Well, I'd love to see the guy walk into court with like an O.J. Simpson Enron style fucking legal team of a whole bunch of Jews, you know, a whole bunch of Jewish lawyers. Oh fuck, how perfect would that be?
Oh my god.
Because you know, like even if they were offended, they'd be like, "I'll take the case."
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, of course it would.
Because they're Jews. Get it? It's money.
I was about
Subtle
to say because
racism.
The Jews really love the free speech, but I mean, you being the resident Jew, I suppose.
Yeah, it's no money. Yeah, we like money. Yeah, see, gotta get a little subtle racism in there when you can. Otherwise, you lose all flavor for life. What's the point of living if you can't be a little bit racist in front of a whole bunch of friends and some strangers on the internet?
Yeah,
except when it sends you to. Yeah, except when it sends you to jail for a year, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was some good news, though. Honestly, like, you know what? And I'm sure you can agree with me here, Jeff. After a week full of fucking drama and horse shit and yelling and screeching and screaming and hanging from the rafters, it's nice to actually go over some fun news. Even though one of them involved a guy getting shot in the chest with a .50 caliber round, and the other one was a street battle in Chicago.
Still funny.
That somewhat resembled a panel from VidCon. All good fun. Yeah. No one's gonna be doing a 10-hour stream about this show because you can't do 10-hour streams.
Well, technically you can. I think there's like something you have to do to like let it go longer than 8. I'm not sure what it is, because the Drunken Peasants just did a 24-hour straight stream the same day that you were doing the Dankula thing.
Yeah, you know, I don't really need to find out how to do that, because that 8 hours was fucking brutal.
No, dude, streaming for a long time is. I've done a lot of those charity streams, and they take a lot out of you. Which, that actually, here's our fourth news item, actually. Our fourth news item is I have a strike on my channel. I have a strike on my channel for a live stream that I did a year ago that had to do with Riley Dennis. I've appealed it. We'll see what happens, but I can't stream on my channel anymore for like 3 months. Now, that sucks, especially because I wanted to do a charity stream this month. But, you know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, this is a great opportunity for me to grow my Twitch channel. That's not bad. It could be worse.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, for those of you who are watching, don't forget, there is Jeff Holiday 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I can stream on that too.
Yeah, you can stream on that too. But yeah, I mean, go subscribe to him on Twitch. I'd say go do the same for me, but I haven't fucked with the thing in 3 months. So hey.
We'll get into it. We'll start doing some more of that kind of shit. So it's about that time. We should probably get our amazing, incredible, he's terrific, he's the best, he's the best you've ever seen, guest on for the night, Mr. Bunty King.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get Mr. Bunty.
It's what y'all came for.
All right. Let's get Bunty. Bunty.
Let's get Bunty.
Bunty.
Oh, loads of people are really surprised I'm a Jew.
Well, there goes our whole subscriber base. They just found out you're Jewish.
Yep. Well, hey, don't tell them about this Arab we're bringing on.
Oh. What's going on, Bunty King?
What's up? What's good, Bunty? Oh my God, it's like VidCon all over again. Even with like the low resolution and shit, I love it. Wait, was that just me? Was I just seeing things like blurry and shit all week?
Yeah, dude, you were perpetually drunk, man. That's one.
No, in fairness, most of the time I was just stoned, really stoned. Oh yeah, no, people kept like, no, I had subscribers coming up to me left and right, giving me edibles and rollies, and oh, here's a vape pen. Here's yeah.
Wait,
No,
you had edibles and you didn't share? That's a fucking thing to do. You came to the house a bunch of times. You didn't share a single edible.
Oh, I didn't have any edibles at the house. I got them the next day. I would have shared. I'll share next time. Yeah, my word.
It's okay.
You can take the word of a Jew on the internet.
Sober. I didn't really even get that drunk while I was there, especially when people were at the house. The only time I really remember getting drunk was when I went to we went to Blair's thing.
Yeah,
got fucking hammered there, and then the night of when I went to Long Beach with Leon Lush.
Oh yeah. Leon Lush is the kind of guy you can't help but get drunk around. He's such a nice dude too.
Oh, he's amazing. He's fucking amazing. Brother from
Yeah.
I didn't even actually. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, I apparently don't get around on YouTube the way I ought to. But especially those parties you were throwing, I ended up meeting a whole bunch of people whose content I found fucking amazing, and no surprise because most everyone there was fucking cool. And it was like a whole bunch of drinking with Leon, just hanging out, and I kept walking away like, fuck, I didn't get the dude's name because we never introduced each other. We just sat down and drank.
I feel like by getting that house, I made like a networking spot for all the the whole like skeptic and commentary community and a bunch of other people. You know, like there were some people that I hadn't even heard of that showed up, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Down with it.
It was a really good idea to have that Airbnb. Like that was a really good idea.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna be better, bigger next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, an amazing thing, because you mentioned the C word. Right up until last week, Jeff here he couldn't stand the notion that we had one, and now he's like grudgingly accepted the fact that such exists. That there is a community on YouTube, and he's part of it.
I have to accept it now. I have to.
Oh wait, you didn't accept that there was a community?
Well, so I usually have a hesitation about the word community because a lot of people will use it in a weaponized way to basically try and police the members of it into certain types of behavior. So I always try to no, I don't. I just have friends. I have friends, and I like to hang out with them. Maybe we'll work together, but I'm not gonna call it a community. But after VidCon, man, I can't deny it.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because there's a lot of other people that weren't there that were like, it's not a community still because they weren't there, and obviously they're butthurt about the fact that they weren't included on stuff.
Well, and, come to VidCon then.
I mean, that's it. I mean, literally, all you needed was a ticket to come to VidCon, and all you needed to do was know someone that was at one of my parties, and you could have come in. The first two, pretty much almost an open house. You just had to know someone. That was it, and yeah, no, it was really fucking cool, but the thing is, I can understand the fear of not wanting to become this community that polices everybody else,
right?
But in this now we're in this kind of bridge building phase where we're trying to connect with these SJW whatever the label is. They're these
progressives
on the left. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say progressives, the hardliners.
It's hard though because some of them don't seem open. I don't know. I saw Franny fucking talking to Sarkon today, and it's so brutal. She's so aggressive on Twitter, but it's I guess just weird.
That's crazy. I didn't even catch that. That's wild.
It's a funny thing, actually. I think it's worth noting, though. I mean, and we're not going to get too much into it because this is a drama-free stream. It's a drama-free garbage.
This
stream.
is the positivity episode of the YouTube Saints.
We're all feeling good inside of our heart spaces, guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, even with all the shit that's been going on over this last week with the drama and bickering and second guessing all that shit, it's one of these things that coming away from it, a lot of us had a little more refined perspective about, let's call it, I guess, the other side. And I guess It's a good moment too to wonder. I gotta wonder. It's so easy to get caught up in your own, in-group drama, as it was, your side or whatever. I gotta wonder what kind of shit they, Francesca there is getting for even having spoken with you and Andy. So,
she's getting tons of shit. She's she's getting shit from Tariq's followers. Though I think that Tariq is completely backed off of me now.
That's
I don't
good.
think he's gonna be doing anything else about me anymore. But yeah, because he got fucked up. He got fucked up.
He did. No, he absolutely did.
Yeah,
he totally got fucked
and
up.
rightly so. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like
tried to silence me, and that didn't work at all.
Yeah.
At all.
In an epic fashion,
see
too.
that happening. I really don't see that happening.
Yeah.
It's like you have the right to remain silent. I'm aware.
So for those out there who don't know, Bunty got you got your primary Twitter got taken away, got shut down.
Yeah.
For an epic burn too, an epic fucking burn. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if you want to retell it.
Well, it wasn't really an epic burn. It was just like I was just being so trolly. I was just like laughing at him and just telling him I was at this cool multicultural party where everyone was hanging out together, and I asked him how much rings were worth. I said if I pawned off his rings, like, would I be able to buy a house?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But you're almost so with your secondary Twitter account, you're almost back up to where you were before.
No, I'm past it.
You're
I'm
already
like
past it?
Yeah. I'm like 1,500 followers past it. Yeah.
Fuck you, Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it. I thought it was hilarious because the moment I saw myself nearing it, I was like, I gotta wish him a happy birthday because it was his birthday yesterday. So I tweeted at him, said, "Happy birthday, Tariq Nasheed," and I sent him like 4 photos of mixed race.
Lovely, happy families in the making.
Yeah.
I don't know why he couldn't appreciate that. You got to be like a real Grinch. Yeah, you got to be a total Grinch.
He blocked you for that?
Yeah, he blocked me for that.
It really does. It really does have to be one of those things where he just like, it wasn't even the interracial part. It was probably just the sight of happy people with healthy relationships that just really fucked him up. Couldn't handle it. It's like, no, can't do it.
That's so amazing. So and that's what's so interesting about people like Tariq is, you know, you send him a picture of a mixed race couple that are happy and love and having children, and he'll block you. You know, there's also another group that will totally block you if you spam them with pictures of happy interracial couples. They're called white supremacists, the people that fucking Tariq hates.
Yeah.
The dude
Actually,
is exactly the thing that he fucking hates. He's a fucking race supremacist. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absent the
fact
that
I'm keeping an eye on him. I'm keeping an eye on him because he's still talking shit about like stuff that makes no sense. Like today he tweeted about he tweeted about the Civil Protection Act.
Yeah.
The Civil Rights Act. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what's this guy saying? What's he saying? He's saying it doesn't protect black people anymore. And of course, looking through his comments, like just losing hope because it's like his replies are like people are like, oh, they're getting killed, like black people getting killed by race soldiers. It's like, fuck.
Oh yeah, race soldiers are that's their term for police officers, isn't it?
Yeah, he's convinced people that police officers are race soldiers.
That's amazing. And you know, it's because of you that I got a chance to meet Donut Operator, another great YouTuber, and he's our personal race soldier, and I've been like addicted to his stuff ever since.
Oh, he's so good. He's so nice. You can tell he's so nice too. He's like just such a chilled out dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love him. He's great. Yeah, and he's because he doesn't. He was telling me, I always ask him about like the stories or his encounters, and he was like working in like one of the ugliest neighborhoods in America, apparently, like really disgusting crime, and he was like he was like a chilled out cop, like he wouldn't fucking, he's the kind of cop that wouldn't send someone to jail for fucking marijuana.
Right. He let him off, like, dude, don't get caught with this shit. Come the fuck on.
Exactly.
Or yeah, it's like if you're gonna be smoking this, why the fuck are you smoking it where I can see you? Go over there where I wouldn't be looking. I remember that shit when I was young. My boy and I just like smoking in this like park after dark, and the cop rolls up and says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
you got a whole bunch of woods all around, and you got to smoke where I can see you. Yeah. Why don't you just run away, and I'll fail to catch you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And don't be here again. Yeah.
That's
it. I mean, like yeah, and I'm not gonna go off on a tangent because this will be a video at some point. And this is a lighthearted, drama-free stream, but it is. I mean, I'm glad to hear though that there are like not just chill cops, but chill cops who are like, who are doing YouTube. And I don't know how much he can say or what his focus is, but Yeah, it'd be helpful if there's some people who knew what the fuck they were talking about, calling for actual police and law enforcement reforms rather than just a bunch of college students with bats. So don't you think?
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, no,
right,
I went to high school in Central America for 2 years, in Panama, and so the cops that I would always have to deal with is the MPs, the military police for the Air Force base that I lived at. And I got wasted, shitty fucking drunk one night at a play and passed out, like, unresponsive in a fucking gutter. The MPs were so fucking nice to me. They were so nice to me. Nicest I've ever been treated. And it totally disarmed me. So I thought all cops were really fucking nice when I came back to the States. And that was a rough day, I gotta tell you.
Kind of a rough transition, learning new things about different people you haven't met.
It's weird. It's almost like you really can't judge that everybody's gonna act exactly the same just because of their job or what they look like. You know, I don't know who fucking do.
It's almost like they're individuals or something.
But so, the other epic thing too that happened that you were like the mastermind of at VidCon, and this is actually really big news because this got trending globally. I think it was probably only for like a couple hours or whatnot. But you and all the partygoers at the house that night got the hashtag #ShutUpTariq trending #3 on Twitter globally.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, and it's got so much relevance that he uses it every now and then.
That's amazing.
Every now and then. Yeah, it's really good. I love it. It was such a good moment because it was like, it's like. The idea was there, right? But on my own, I would never be able to have done that. But because there was everyone at this house, and I was like, I saw this community, and I'm like, let's just fucking do this. I was like, guys, let's flex. Let's show this guy that like we're together. That he has no friends, and we're all friends. I think that was the main thing about it,
It's like
and that was Saturday night, right? That was the final night. That was the one. Honestly, missing that killed me because I actually missed this. I missed the last portion of the panel with Boogie because I had to rearrange my flight because for some reason I thought flying out at 8 a.m. was a good idea.
Fuck that. Oh my god.
Probably not a great idea. Yeah. So I was able to get it switched to 11, and then the last night I was going to head down, and it was good. I mean, like the last portion of my VidCon was just sitting like a gutter punk on the sidewalk with Jeff near a trash can.
Yeah, live streaming on a cell phone.
Yeah, live streaming on a cell phone. I was peeking on a gummy and smoking a cigarette, and then I'm like, all right, it's VidCon for me. And then I get back and I see the video. I'm like, well, I guess FOMO is a thing.
See, the gummy thing, the gummy bear thing actually kind of really bothered me there for a minute because people started telling, there's been a lot of streams this week. Everybody's like sharing their stories, talking about all the different things that happened and went on, and then people start talking about these gummy bears. And so living in Eugene, Oregon, if you're like, yeah, I had a gummy bear and I got all fucked up, that means a very specific thing. It means somebody dosed you with some like high quality LSD. So I was thinking for a couple of days that like all these people who were like, oh, I was so high out of my mind, I'm like, yeah, dude, cool, sounds like you were having a fucking great trip, bro, awesome. And they're like, oh, no, it was edibles. I'm like, man, you fucking wussies. What the fuck?
Yeah, but when they come, for one thing, me on LSD in Southern California around all of you fuckers would have been a hell of a show. I guarantee. No problem. But, At the same time, though, it was a real trip for me coming from the Northeast where, like, we live free or die just so we can put it on our license plates and then we send people to prison for everything else. It's like it was. That night it was failure accomplished because we were walking out of your room to like everyone was supposed to basically go meet up at the Hilton there, and Failure's just like, hey man, you want one of these? And it's just this big fucking bear paw, like this big. What is it? Oh, it's gummies, dude. You're fine. You want one? All right, yeah. Yeah, it was a big thing, and honestly, like the way I'm surprised I made it back to my hotel room. I imagine Failure must have had himself one hell of a night. I'm amazed he made it back to Florida to sing Phil Collins in his car for Twitter. So that was all good.
So Bunty, what's next? I mean, we came away from VidCon with some changed perceptions. What's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
What's next for the community?
I mean, well, the community.
I can't decide. Community, actually, that was a stupid question. I don't know why I asked that. What's next for me?
That ain't for you, man. That ain't for you to decide.
What's next for me, man? What's next for me? Honestly, man, I'm just trying to really make Montreal a thing in terms of like entertainment, in terms of politics, and in terms of like freedom of speech. Like, I'm trying to make it happen where it's like people are coming in, but it's like like I get freedom of speech, but then people like have taken this idea of freedom of speech and they've used it as an excuse to become assholes. And it's so clear that they're being assholes. Like, they're being assholes in the sense, like, I had a conversation with someone the other day, and I'm not going to call the guy an asshole. I don't remember his name, but it was in my mentions. And he was just like, talking about Riley Dennis, and Riley Dennis, like, I'll call Riley Dennis a she, no problem, because that's what she wants to be called. Yeah. But the guy's like, not calling her a she. I'm like, but I'm like, that's what she wants to be called. I'm like, dude, it takes no time to just be polite and just chill and just be like, call him a she. Like, it's not like I don't agree that you should go to jail if you don't call her a she, but I'm just letting you know you look like a bit of an asshole when you do it.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So eventually he like retracted his comment, but it was just like, it was crazy because he had this conversation where this guy just wanted to be, his freedom of speech was like, I just want to call her whatever I want to call her. And it's like, dude, like, it doesn't necessarily work that way in real life. You can't just call people whatever you want to call them and expect to not have like a negative reaction from someone.
Well, exactly. Like, freedom of speech has never been a protection from people having reprisals against you for the things that you say. It's just that it's just the idea that you can say it in a free, open marketplace of ideas. You can be as hateful as you want, but then the most important aspect of freedom of speech is that when you exercise that freedom of speech, people can then exercise their own in response to it. And and I get you, because like I've changed my mind. I'm gonna start calling Riley Dennis a she in light of the new evidence. I wasn't convinced before. Yeah. I'm convinced now, and I know there's a whole argument of like, but did Riley have to convince you? And you can make that argument, but to be honest, for me, yeah, kinda, yeah. Because the basis for it is it comes down like a basic idea of respect, right? So if there's somebody who I know and they have no capacity to really look the way that they want to look, and I know them and I have a relationship with them, and they ask me to use a different way of defining them and addressing them, I'll do it because I have respect for them that's already pre-existing. But if I don't know that person, it really comes down to, at the time, do I feel like this person is sincere? Do I feel like this person is actively trying to do this or not? And if it really comes down to it, for me, it's, I could try, but I'm not going to feel bad if I fuck it up. Because, on a level of respect, like, I don't have a relationship with you necessarily. So I'm not going to invest the actual emotional amount of time to try and correct myself automatically on a passive scale, you know.
Well, obviously, there's the degrees of separation that you have to take into account, right?
Sure.
Like, but like at some point, like, so just going back to what I was saying, I just want to make like, I really want to like get freedom of speech rolling here in Canada, and I wanted to do it by starting a live show here, but a live show with an audience. So I'm pretty much like, there's this thing that there's this big thing that a community project that I'm working on with my company, and it's called Bunker, and it's a pop-up village that's going to be coming up in like this area.
Huh.
And it's just like this really like cool container village that's going to have like a bar, it's going to have a patio, it's going to have like, like live shows and stuff like that. And I wanted to get something going there where I'm there and we have like an actual live audience, and I'm having a talk show. We're talking about stuff like this, and it's just a very casual, really chilled out environment where people are encouraged to talk about ideas that may not necessarily be popular, but from a standpoint that suggests that, like, you're not a bad person, you're not there to disrupt anything, you're not there to fuck anyone up, you just want to kind of figure things out. Because obviously these questions that are coming up in society are coming up because there's not, like, no one's gonna question no one's gonna question drinking water or breathing air. right? Because it's
Right.
guaranteed. Drinking water keeps you hydrated. Breathing air keeps you alive, right?
Right. Absolutely.
But when it comes to like things like Islam, people are gonna ask questions because people aren't sure. Why is the Middle East super unstable? Why are these things happening? You know, like, and there's this general idea right now that you can't talk about it, and I want to break. And that's something I want to do, you know. So that's something that I really just want to get more community shit going on in Montreal. I want to get more of a media presence, like a louder media presence going on in Montreal, so that more people come here and more businesses come here. That's one of the things that I really want to do. And at the same time, just, you know, engage the community that we have already, and like
Sure.
like talk about, you know, the politics happening, or the social issues that are coming up in a way that's welcoming, a way that's funny. That kind of shit.
I kind of. Oh, go ahead, please.
No, I was just actually going to suggest, like after the stream and shit, we should talk more because I've got some media professional friends who would probably be interested in helping out with that, and I've got I've got plenty of political experience myself, so anything I can do to help out there. Something I did want to offer though about, you know, the whole issue of change perspectives, and especially regarding Riley and such. Part of my thing before was, you know, taking the standard line. And I will say, though, that after I was with Poisoning the Well, who are in the chat right now, they're now mods. Congrats, guys. You get a wrench. But it was a sort of funny realization. And Riley was in the bar when we were down at the Hilton, and Poisoning the Well invited her over for a drink. And it would have been, I realized, like, if she'd come over to our cluster group there, it would have been, you know, I hope, I trust, a welcoming sort of thing, a welcoming and respectful, hey, just come on in, have a beer, have a laugh, how's VidCon been for you, kind of thing. Yeah, and it made me realize that, and then when I got back too, and it's funny because Riley made that, you know, last video announcing the surgeries and all that, and I realized where the line really fell for me, and I was really happy to find it, because the first, I don't know, third of the video was basically saying, all this shit is my private business. This is my private personal life. I put it on YouTube for this and that reason. And granted, it was a professional thing too with everyday feminism or whatever. But it occurred to me, like, within my own argument, within my own position and perspective and the things that I put out, another person's personal business shouldn't be any of my fucking concern. And it's not. And I realized, like, the reason, like, my hesitancy or objection to extending the courtesy to Riley of gendering her as she like was, it did have to do more with the fact that most of the content that I came across with Riley's was full of insistence that, you know, I take a specific perspective and think a certain way, but then again, that's kind of what my own content, most of our content is expressing our ideas. And it was I appreciated it because it was a really nice wake-up call to remind me that we can have really, really fucking good arguments about everything from the intense and important to the insipid and the banal. But it's, I don't know, it kind of reminded me that it's important to sort of separate the low, sullied personal jabs that are easy to take and sometimes difficult to refuse, when there is sort of like a better way to do things. And I came away thinking, you know, if nothing else, this will hopefully just fucking this will make my shit better. This will make me happier with the kind of shit I'm doing, and I'll feel better about being respectful, and, you know, not respectful, but, you know, decent, kind.
There is.
Oh, I feel dirty.
The thing about Riley Dennis is that I never really kind of followed her content apart from just seeing some tweets that were like really aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, man, but like these, like, actually no, I do know what it is. It's the fact that they're not comfortable in their own skin, which is a tragic thing because of how they're made to feel in society. If you look at that LGBTQ video that popped up on YouTube, it's very clear that a lot of people are still very apprehensive of gay people and trans people.
That's unfortunate.
It is really unfortunate because our community, I would say, is the opposite of that. We're definitely not like that. I would say the most part. There's obviously some people, like the outliers here, that are really into anti-PC shit, freedom of expression, like, and are like into the whole like our criticisms of the anti-white culture that's come up.
Sure.
But and these hardliners, right? So they kind of latch onto it, and of course they're also the loudest when it comes to like actual fucking you know, when it comes to anything. Sorry, man, you're like typing, so I'm just like.
I know. Nick's
sorry.
mechanical keyboard is
bad.
loud as fuck. I was about to say something too.
I was like trying to talk, and I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting I bought this thing. I used to have just one of those silent little shitty retail keyboards,
I know.
and now this
I
thing.
actually I have like this piece of shit little thing out when I do this show just because it's a little bit more quiet and shit. But
one more button.
By all means,
There we go.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah. So I mean that's just so the thing is like. Fuck! I completely lost track of what I was saying. But anyway, just long story short here. Like, I didn't really know of Riley Dennis that much. I know that she had blocked me, and I was like, really, you know, like same thing with Francesca. Like, they blocked me on my original account, and then Francesca unblocked me before I got banned on my original account. So that was a little like strange that she didn't. It was like, I guess it came around when the whole Lacey Green thing happened. When people started realizing that Lacey Green was like dating Chris Ray-Gun, which was funny enough was 2 weeks before VidCon.
Yep.
But it felt like an eternity. And when we got to VidCon, obviously then she met Sargon, and like it's crazy because this is perpetual. It's like shit hitting the fan like regularly, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like
sometimes pressure is how things change.
I guess because for me it's really hard to see. It's really hard for me to see the conflict because I'm friends with you guys and I'm friends with a lot of people. And I'm really chilled out as a person. So for me, like I'm so present in real life outside of the Twitter sphere that I see all the people that are kind of like SJW-ish, but I'm able to be like cool with them, you know? Like I remember that's just how it is, right? So for me, like I don't see the struggle like you guys see it. And so like for example, like, you know, like just like the whole like thing with Lacey, it was like shocking for me to see it. And then I realized the scale of it when I was actually with you guys. I realized like the actual like intensity of it when I was at the Anita Sarkeesian panel. I had no idea that it was that intense, that vitriolic. I didn't know it was that. I thought it was like,
yeah.
I thought she was just gonna like look at them and be like, "What are you doing here?" But it was like really intense, and I could not believe it because it was just, it's so crazy to see how like far people have come in terms of like hating each other. I don't get it. Like it's like why?
The thing about, and I've tried to, maybe I don't think I've actually adequately explained it, and I guess I could do a video on it, but I don't think I really want to. But like the Riley thing a year ago, everything was way different than it is now. A year ago, the things that people were focusing on, this is like the zeitgeist problem. You know, this is really what it's all about. A year ago, everybody was hyper-focused on how social justice was starting to infiltrate and change schools. You know, like here in Oregon, we had, the University of Oregon had a fucking feminist glaciers paper that was fucking published. They had an indoctrination class that you had to go through to go to Oregon State University before you could even fucking attend. I had to go through the fucking class. It was fucking horrible. In order for me to get a degree in biology, I had to take one of 78 different social justice classes. I had to take 3 of them out of 78 in this fucking science university. And they're focused on science. There's 78 classes to get a degree in human biology. So at the time that this is all going on, the time when everybody was pissed off and they started calling Riley Dennis and Milo Stewart trenders, the environment was so much more different. There was no possibly President Trump. There was no rise of the alt-right. There was no Tariq fucking Nasheed that anybody was paying any attention to. Nobody cared about that. Everybody was caring about how these really crazy, authoritative opinions and points of view were starting to basically take over schools and infect basically the minds of very impressionable young kids. So I had so many, and I have a huge trans audience for my channel. I had so many of them being like, you need to say something about these people who are making me look bad as a trans person. I'm just trying to live my life, and there are these 2 notorious people saying some of the most abhorrent shit. And that's the first experience that a lot of people are getting of trans people. So we got mad. We got fucking really mad. And people went apeshit. And they probably went apeshit, and I probably went apeshit, way further than we needed to. But the zeitgeist at the time, that's where we were at. Now it's completely different, and now we can like open up those avenues of communication.
It's almost like too fucking late at this point. Like, I don't know, it's weird because right now, like, there's people like me, and here's something I'm gonna toot my own horn here for a second, okay?
Sure.
I think
that's what you're here for.
Yeah, I don't really like. I like to think that I like to think I'm well liked by a lot of people. So like anybody that kind of comes across me, they're like, this guy's a good guy, you know. And in that same you know, in that case, I also find that I'm also very hard to connect with when you're a hardline SJW or a hardline like fucking right dude, because the people on the right, they think, all right, well, they think, oh, these, you know, colored people don't get integrated well enough. They take in our lives. They don't respect our culture. And then they see me, and they're like, wait a minute. And that's like a weird. It's weird for them. And then, you know, then they think of like the people. Then the SJWs think of the people like that use the word faggot as really bad people. They're bad. Oh my god, they're bad. They hate everyone. You know, like right. Or like they see people that like, you know, have these weird opinions of Islam as misogynists and racist and stuff like that. But then they see me with those opinions, and they're like, they don't know what to fucking think, because they're like, this guy's a brown dude. Like, how do we talk to him? How do we communicate with him?
Absolutely.
And I find that that's a problem that I'm trying to get over. I'm not sure. I like to think that a lot of the experiences that I've had have been because of me, like in terms of how, because everything that the way in which you affect people is really just the way you're like, is how you're projecting yourself, right? So I'm trying to think, am I projecting myself in a wrong way, that I'm not able to get them to open up? Because it feels like I'm pulling teeth to try to get them to fucking talk to me. It really feels like it, because it's like, are they scared of like having their ideas just like immediately like just popped, or is it just something that they want to like fucking talk about? Like, I'm not saying that my way is the only way, right? I remember we were in that SJW stream there with in Politipod.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about how I like coped my racism, and was it Chrisiosity in there?
Yeah, it was Chrisiosity in there. Yeah, yeah.
And she just went off on me because she found it so fucking hard to see that I was okay with racial slurs being used in a way that was comedic, because that's how I got over racism.
Absolutely.
You know, like, well, and it was crazy. It was really interesting to see that like reaction, that instant anger.
Well, I think too, because like Chrisiosity has a really good heart. Like, there's a lot of people out there, they don't like Chrisiosity. I actually really do like Chrissy. Even though she really hates me, and that's fine. I actually really do like her, because I feel like her intentions are absolutely noble. I've never called into question. But the thing is that I just don't think she gets it, that some people can we can find a sense of community or happiness and friendship with each other by making fun of the things that should be hurting us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I was in high school in Panama, Central America, you know, like I was the token white guy in a fucking gang. Like,
yeah. No, I know.
we cracked fucking like racial epithets all the fucking time, you know, like and that's how we got comfortable with each other.
To the big points, I mean, you know, I remember this whole battle, this whole conflict from the days of Gamergate, right? And sure. I think you do too, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember all that. Well, the thing is that I mean, two of the favorite points that, you know, that we call them skeptics now, shitlords, whatever. We always used to like the fact that we had thicker skin, so we could see a joke for a joke, and we wouldn't get hyper offended and lose our shit over something that wasn't. And then at the same time, we also always like to promote, you know, critical thinking, right? We're the critical thinkers. I think
usually I fuck up sometimes.
No. Everybody fucks up sometimes. Everybody fucks up sometimes. No. My point here though is that I think everybody fucks up. But I think the point though is that especially as things have gotten more and more heated, and a warlike mentality is taken over, and we're, you know, people, even Sargon's outright, you know, he's outright called it a culture war in the past, and he's not entirely wrong in some cases when it comes to the political and the legal and the academic sides of things. Mm-hmm. But I think in that mentality, so many people got supercharged. And so many people, honestly, there are a lot of people who did make good careers. Just being, being brash and unfiltered and all that. And there's a place for that, and it's fun. It can be funny and all that. But I think that there's a whole lot of, there's a big issue with people jumping on things too quick. You got some drama cooking, right? You got some people talking shit. You got this, somebody drops this bomb of absolute stupidity. Like, oh, if you don't, let a trans woman pre-op fuck you up the ass, you're a transphobe, right? And people are so fucking quick to jump on it. Nobody takes the time. I don't think people really are taking the kind of time to critically think through what is my argument, what's my objection with this. And I think that's why we come to these murky areas where people like Riley Dennis, who do have genuinely shit ideas. Let's not mistake that. Riley's got some genuinely fucking shit ideas in her head. But we don't stop to separate arguing against the ideas from just arguing against or ultimately just making fun of the person.
Do you guys...
Yeah,
I think maybe...
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Patience. I just think maybe, I've been hearing the Guns N' Roses song "Patience" in my head for a day or two now. I'm like, maybe all we need is a little patience. I hate that song.
Do you guys feel like maybe right now, maybe God damn it, Bunty, your smile is fucking infectious as shit. I swear to God, like, oh my God, just meeting you in real life, I just like melted into the happiest person in the fucking world. Your presence.
Well, you know what I appreciated about my, like, I was a little nervous about it. I was like, fuck, man, they're gonna meet me. I hope they don't think that I'm different or anything like that. But it turns out that everyone was just like, it was just like instant transition from Twitter to real life.
Oh yeah, instantly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask just before we get into another big point, because you said that, I just want to ask between the three of us here. It was mentioned on a Warski stream. Does it feel a little different now that we've had these conversations, and before it was like, oh, we just it's like carrying over from our online conversations.
It's
and
way
then
different.
Come back.
It's way different. I'm addicted.
And now it's
dude,
carrying over.
No, I'm addicted to you people now. Like before you had my respect and my affection. Now you have my love and my fucking obsession. Yeah. Like I need to be with you people again.
No, I know. That's it. That's the same thing. It's the same thing for me. Like I was so sad leaving. Like I was sad leaving VidCon. I was sad leaving. I mean, last night I was in LA. I was with Chris Raygun, and I was like, fuck. I was like, just he smashed a bottle on my head, and I was like, this is just like the life right here. This is the life.
What,
like, I was like,
wait a second. Are you guys starting a fucking MC or something?
It was so good, man. It was so good. It was just like so funny because and just I was surrounded by people that I could talk to about anything.
Yeah.
And for me that's amazing. And it sucks because I feel like I want to go there again. I want to just live there, but I don't want to run away from my city. And at the same time, it's about nurturing that openness on Twitter as well. But it's hard.
Well,
so a couple, just a real quick thing, and then we probably should move on to the over under and that sort of thing. But I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. It's so wild, and I never wanted it to end. Do you guys feel like maybe one of the reasons why some people in the social justice sphere have gotten even more vitriolic and mean is because they see that the way that we've been operating for the past year or 2 years or so just doesn't work anymore, and they're comfortable with where we were. They're comfortable with that adversarial nature, and now that we're starting to break that down, do you think maybe they're getting pissed because they might have to find a different way to operate online? Do you think that might be a thing?
Yeah, no, I think that might be the thing. But also, if you look at some of the articles that are popping up, they're talking about how there's this one argument that pops up quite frequently in progressive, culture or progressive dialogue, and it's this idea that if we expose ourselves to the alt-right ideologies, then they have a power. They're able to overpower our ideologies. They're able to overpower our peaceful ideologies. Yeah. And I'm just how fucking stupid are you to think that that's gonna actually happen? Are you fucking kidding me? Am I ever gonna be at a point where I am yeah, you know what? Maybe we should have ethno states. No, you idiot. It's never gonna happen.
Fuck no.
I
Fuck
want to have
no.
ethno states, you moron. I like the fact that I you know what I did? I made a conscious effort to actually drive down towards work today, and and look around in the cars, and I saw black people, I saw brown people, I saw white people, I saw white people walking the street, I saw an Arab family walking the street. I'm assuming they're Arab because just the skin complexion, the way they
because they're brown.
Sorry?
You know how it feels. Well, because they're brown, and you know how it's not that bad if you make the mistake.
I feel like I can tell you a little bit easier because of the fact that I can tell like if someone's like an Indian or Arab.
Yeah.
But like, but yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter what the fuck they were. But the fact is that it was super multicultural, and I'm like, this is super nice. Like everyone's just kind of chilling with each other. No one's really bugging anybody. They're just kind of just walking next to each other and enjoying the city. Like it did not matter. And like for me, like when I hear about ethno states, when I hear about that, I'm like, how the fuck do these people even like that makes me realize that dialogue is really just there to suppress opinions. Like the fact that they're saying like they don't want to have any discussion about these other ideologies because they're super afraid of losing the power that they have over people and losing the control that they have over the media, because the media is super left. Online media is super left. I mean, they make the most money. Breitbart makes nowhere near as much money as Huffington Post.
No, nowhere fucking close, dude. Absolutely not.
No,
it's so like the thing is that they have this hold, right? And that hold is pretty much in telling people that they can't fucking think we can't be talking to these people who are open to all these ideas or open to at least listening to them before we shut them down.
Absolutely. No, I agree, man. I agree. All right, so
let me offer my theories here, Jeff. Come on, I'm part of the show too, Jeff.
I know. Just go for it, baby. Go for it. I love you.
Well, what do I think? One of my thoughts, I mean, one thing I've noticed too is, I mean, if you take there is a difference between malintentioned con people, let's the professionals, the people who live to divide and conquer, and the useful idiots who just pick up the ideology because it fills them with a sense of righteousness and they just want to run with it. Now, one thing that they have in common within, and it's any orthodox ideology really, but you see it mostly with the leftist social justice, is they infantilize people. The hardline feminists, hardline intersectionalists, they feel that if people they think people can't be exposed to ideas without adopting them whole cloth. And they want them banned for that reason. And I think maybe a part of the reason that we're seeing a more aggressive, persona from these kind of people is because that narrative has had, since the 90s when political correctness was beaten back and we got back to kind of civil sort of, hey, we can take a joke kind of mentality. It's been simmering since then, and now it's come to a point where it's been slowly making its way into media, into academia, largely through generations of people who are being raised with this and educated in it as the sole truth. And don't question it, and don't expose yourself to the other ideas. Don't you dare. And then they get into positions of medium to high power, and they affect that narrative. Now that narrative is starting to fall apart in the public. The public is starting to catch on to the notion that banning criticism of certain religions or banning certain speech not only doesn't help anybody, but that it doesn't work at all. No one's going to follow it. And they're seeing the narratives that they've constructed crumble. And I think because of that, they're starting to realize that if they don't fight tooth and nail to hold the gains that they've made, they do stand largely to sort of lose all of their power. And the extremes on the left will no longer be in power. And of course, if you tell the extreme on the left, they'll no longer be in power. The only thing they can conceive of is the extreme on the right being in as much power as they are. So I think it's a mix of fear and confusion and frustration on their parts.
Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, fortunately, there's a bunch of us dumbasses who just have ourselves beer and whiskey and cigarettes in the middle of Sunday night, keeping people up late when you got to get to work. When you got to get to work the next day, but you stay up with us just to listen to us shoot the shit, make some jokes, and occasionally say some maybe insightful things,
maybe something like that. All right, so
here
we go.
We got a format.
We're back on the format time, everybody. Our conversation has come to a good point where we're gonna start moving on with the format. There's much more show to go. Before we continue, we got to read some super chats here in just a few minutes. But before we do, we need to give a very special shout out, to an effort that's being put on called the Kilroy event. The Kilroy event I can't actually resize this window or it'll fuck everything up. But www.kilroyevent.com. This is a convention that is being created right now by Dave Cullen from Competing Forever, Base Mama. A bunch of us are getting into it. We're trying to get all the people that we can together to make this a thing in April.
I'm on a panel.
April 12th in Phoenix, Arizona, next year. And it's going to be a convention for free speech. And we're basically going to try, we're going to make a convention that is everything that VidCon needs to be, but instead of focusing on like a bunch of preteens trying to like fucking hose grab Logan Paul, we're going to talk about things that matter.
Groping Markiplier. Oh, you mean preteens? Sorry, I was thinking of my own experience of VidCon.
Oh.
Mark, if you're watching,
we've already got
my number.
We've already got well over 1,000 people that are interested in this event. It's gonna grow huge. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be there. Nick's gonna be there. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna make sure Bunty's gonna be there.
Bunty's gonna be there. No,
fucking A.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's gonna be the
Bunty,
shit.
if you want, Bunty, if you ever want to see me again, you're gonna have to come back to the States because I'm not allowed in Canada. So
yeah,
why aren't you allowed in Canada?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
From Canada.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you have to be a real shithead to get banned from this country.
No. I live on a border state. I beg to differ, and maybe I was a shithead, but that's a long story.
All right,
but
I'm gonna for sure be there. For sure
yeah,
be.
it's
I'll tell you what.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be incredible.
Yep, and I've already been guaranteed a. Yep, I'm going to be on a panel myself, and I guarantee, you know what, this is a thing, if any of my patrons are watching. To my biggest patron, if I see you in the front row, I'll call you a garbage human.
Ooh,
well.
Not bad. All right, let's catch up with
Big
Super Chat real quick, and then we'll move on to the under and over, and then our cringe of the week. So let's get started with this. We got Frenchinator 2. Who did Logan say was mentally ill during VidCon? I don't know. Logan? I don't know. I don't think Logan Paul said anybody was mentally ill. I don't think that was
maybe.
It.
Oh, he was. You know what? He was probably talking about Rucka. He didn't appreciate that It's Very Gay Bro video.
Oh, Mouthy Buddha. I just woke up and my bum hurts really bad. I'm sorry about that, buddy. But I love you so much. Sometimes I have to take it out on your anus.
Man, Mouthy
sounds
Buddha's
like
so good.
Oh, no, I know. Mouthy Buddha. So we've had him as the undersubbed
video.
Before.
I was like, what the fuck? Why haven't I heard of this guy yet? And it was like well edited. It was really good. The music and everything. That's like
I was mad. I was mad the first time I saw it, and there's like a select portion that has me in it, and like I'm not wrong in what I say, but like the inclusion of it, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And so I tweeted him about it, and we had a conversation. It was amazing because Mouthy Buddha is just a smart. Incredibly
That's
on
really
point
smart.
motherfucker.
Really, you can tell how smart he is. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Super on point. His comment section to that video was fucking AIDS, though, man. A bunch of fucking losers that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Of course it was. It's
like, you can't. As individuals, you're gonna get crushed. It's like, you idiot, man. And like, I left a good comment. I left a good comment in this video. I wonder if you saw it. But...
Anytime you talk about race realism, you're gonna get hounded for the next 5 months by a bunch of whiny fucking bitches. Like, why don't you have a debate about this? Like, fuck off, dude. No.
Why do you have Millennial Woes on your channel? He'll set you straight.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Kiss my
ass.
Who's Millennial Woes?
He's
Scottish.
He's a salt writer, dude.
Scottish white nationalist, buddy Spencer. Unfortunately, he got doxxed by a newspaper in his home country of Scotland, and that was unfortunate because doxing is shit, no matter who it happens to. But
it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime you criticize the alt-right, you got to expect that salt. But Buddha will be, and we'll make sure of this, Jeff. Buddha will be joining us at some point. He will be a guest. And
we'll get him on the show at some point. So next we got Sunny Dude. I should hope a degenerate weeb's money is accepted around your parts. Love the show, keeps me sane throughout the month. Keep her up. Thank you very much, Sunny Dude. We appreciate that. We appreciate your degenerate weebness. It's totally cool. I'm into it. Kenneth G.
Yeah, honestly, without Kenneth porn, what would Kirk Eichenwald ever get off to?
Right, that's true. Kenneth G, first Saint stream, so I had to throw you some shekels. Shout out, my dudes, you fucking rock. We appreciate your shekels, absolutely. El Presidente DMCS, CNN, YouTube Saints, fundraise for suspected Nazi dog. Well, That was a thing. If we make it onto CNN, I consider that a success. My buddy Rhino, Michael Gable is the hero we need, not the hero we deserve. That's very true. That's totally true. We love Michael Gable. MC Lucas, happy to be a part of the fundraiser. Thanks, Nick. The Guardian, oh Lord, is there no help for a widow's son? Too true. We got 10 pounds from King Spartacus. Take my garbage money, you garbage people. Hey, you know, garbage humans. Garbage humans, everybody. Garbage humans. Skylar Knight. Just discovered Bunty. He seems like the nicest guy. Look at Sharp Boys, Shadowlay, and praise the format. Bunty, you are the nicest guy on the fucking planet. I swear to fucking God.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I'll be honest with you right now. One of the things that scared me about Buddha's video was this idea that we have to confront the alt-right it's like we're inevitably as a community gonna have to confront the alt-right in battle.
Sure.
In debate.
Well, we've been putting it off for months.
Yeah, they're hardliners. We're talking two sides of the same bad penny, and I put it that way a while ago. I stand by it. The extremes need to be dealt with.
Why have we been putting it off?
They've been tiny.
Well, no, okay. I can answer that actually. It's because I've had a lot of conversations about people about this, specifically about the alt-right, and why we haven't been making a lot of videos about it. I've made videos about the alt-right, quite a few actually, but a lot of people have not. And a lot of it was because it seemed like at the time, and this is the changing of the zeitgeist of how society is working. We were so hyper-focused on these things that we thought were going to be doing huge damage to our society, which was social justice, and it was a concern, and it's still a concern, don't get me wrong. It's not like it went away, but now they've gotten so much fucking pepper in their fucking britches at getting a fucking easy pass. Now it's basically time to fucking don the Bane mask and get fucking like crazy on this shit, so...
Yeah, that's it.
Something else.
I'm a little scared confronting them, and this is gonna probably be. I'm sure that people will take this and they'll clip this and they'll be like, "Oh, but he's a pussy." No, it's because I don't work with. The thing is, I don't like. This is also gonna sound stupid, but it's not stupid. It's actually it's a smart way of like going about life. I don't work with statistics like they do. Like they throw statistics. All they do is throw statistics like this is what happens here. This is what happens here. But I'm like, I don't live in that world. Like I live in a world of anecdotal evidence because that's my life. Like I grew up in a white neighborhood, you know.
Yeah.
I earned what I earned based on what I've done. Mm-hmm. You know, I've developed my identity in contrast with everything else around me, and that identity has kind of been accepted or come like is joined in with everybody else's identity, and we identify as like either Montrealers or then Quebecers and then Canadians, and like our tribe is pretty like solid, but we're mixed identities. You know, like but it's like we can all kind of come under one thing. That kind of argument doesn't fly for an alt-righter. They're gonna just tear it apart or try to be like, you know, what the fuck? Like they're like. They'll go back to the whole my race, my IQ kind of shit, and it's like annoying because it's like they try to discredit. I mean, one alt-righter actually said, I had a conversation with one of them, and they said that he's like, listen, talking to you, what's up, bro? How you doing? I'm just in an interview, or not an interview, but a show. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's kind of a little charity thing I'm doing for my friends here, trying to help them get some. I'm
working
views,
here,
you know,
man. I'm working.
Sweet ad money.
Yeah, no. So the thing is that like these, like, it's fucked up for me because it's like it's almost like they don't want to see this reality because they think it's fake or they think it doesn't exist. But I'm like telling them it exists. You know, I'm telling them that I don't want them to leave their country. I don't want them to leave their lands. I want them to stay. I want them to fucking enjoy themselves here. I want them to know that they're accepted for who they are. You know. And it's hard for me to like say that to someone who's telling me that they want me out, that I'm not a Westerner. I mean, I've had one guy fucking straight up said I'm not a Westerner. I'm like, listen, asshole, I don't know any other place but the West. I've grown up here. Like this is the place that I call home. I'm not going to call India home. And then you have these other people who were born and raised here who identify as Indians, and they're like, well, how can you not call India home? Well, it's because I've never fucking really lived there. I've lived in Canada. This is where I live. I care about this place. So
you're a little too brown to be a Canadian, boy.
No, but and at the same time, like I feel like it's really annoying because I empathize with these people who feel like they're shitty for being white. I empathize with them because I felt like I was shitty for being brown. And now they feel like they're shitty for being white, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want anyone to go through that shit. So that's So I'm a very personal person. I'm like, I don't really have any interest in fucking looking at these statistics, because these statistics, I could read a statistic about Atlanta, how fucking dangerous it is. I went to Atlanta and I didn't get shot at. I didn't get mugged. I didn't feel in danger at one moment, but it's apparently one of the most fucking dangerous cities in America. But why the fuck didn't I get mugged? Why the fuck didn't I get killed? What's happening there? It's because the statistics. You look at the statistics, you paint it over the entire city, but the reality is that it's really dangerous on the south side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So don't go to the fucking south side of Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like Chicago. Don't go to certain parts of Chicago. I lived in New Orleans for almost 2 years. Same thing. Stay the fuck out of the Lower Ninth.
Yeah.
When you're in the French Quarter. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Irish Channel is
problem. The Irish
Channel is totally.
It's bad, but it's not as bad as I wandered 2 blocks off of Bourbon Street bad. But the thing with the alt-right, let me offer you this. I think part of the problem with the alt-right is like nobody really saw them coming. They were. I mean, the whole notion of ethnocentrism, the whole notion of like this soft shoe, velvet glove racism shit.
Yeah.
It had a chance to fester and grow, largely because the alternative, the extreme alternative to that, managed to be so mainstream for so long. Yeah. And unfortunately, it was one of these things where a bunch of people who they've got too much on their plate, too much going on just to keep their lives in order. They didn't have the time to really sort through what was garbage and what was not. And when they had someone coming to them saying this bullshit, which is calling you trash, well, this is not good, but I've got a better alternative. It's just like any other ideology or religion for that matter. You find the people when they're at their most vulnerable, and you offer them a better way. But thankfully, we're here. We rational centrist types. We filthy fence sitters.
You know what?
And
no, go on.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, this is. I mean, every time you see a mindful, thoughtful, intelligent opposition to a bad idea spring up, on the one hand, it almost always seems too late because that bad idea has taken some kind of root. But that's largely because those who are, willing and able and mindful enough to actually go against that shit, we're just like the rest of everyone else. We don't notice it until it's right there. But thankfully, everything moves so fast now. Yeah, you know what? Bad idea is a bad idea. So whether or not you think mandating dating trans people in the name of equality is a good idea, or you think that we need to cleanse certain countries of certain races because you read a single study that gave you a bad idea, it's a bad idea. And smart people will always step forward to combat bad ideas when they happen.
That's what our job is.
Those within
that's our job. I guess my fear is this, is like just being completely, genuine here, is like this will look like an idiot. I don't like looking like an idiot, but I don't think I would. I mean, I don't know.
You can't look like an idiot. You can't look like an idiot speaking truth against a bad idea. So, on that note, shall we roll the format forward?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. There was a couple of people who did make mention in the chat that the alt-right is not necessarily the same as the 1488 people. Honestly, I got to tell you, the people who previously identified as alt-right, who were not 1488 don't call themselves alt-right anymore. Like, the only people who are left...
1488?
1488, we must secure the existence of the white race future for our children kind of people, that sort of thing. The original roster of the alt-right was just a bunch of shit-posting kids having a lot of fun with memes because of Donald Trump.
It was Poll.
It was Poll, yeah. It was basically Poll. But as soon as it got infested full of white supremacists, all the fun people, all the people that were really fun to talk to and interact in the alt-right, stopped calling themselves alt-right because they're like, we're not with those racist assholes. We're just a bunch of kids having fun. And now they're all Kekistani because they're not racist assholes. So, you know, fuck it, whatever. Anyway, so back to Super Chat. Jesus Christ.
Then we'll roll forward on the format. Then we'll roll forward. Yeah, then we'll roll forward on the format.
We got to catch up real quick because we're behind on the format. We got Neil Nair. Hey, Bunty, I remember saying how there is a generation gap between you and your parents. As an Indian, I relate. My parents and I are so different. Views on morality, politics. I find your journey to adapt similar.
Yeah. It's interesting. No, I mean, I don't know. My parents have really become laid back, but for me, it's more like, it's really just more like, I don't know. It's I'm chilling. So for me, sure. This is like the country that I live in. This is my part of my identity in a way.
And you won't have to have the same struggle they did.
Sorry?
You won't have to have the same struggle that they did necessarily.
Definitely not. I don't have an accent, you know, apart from a Canadian one. We all have Canadian accents up here. I don't have that issue, right? And my kids are going to have way less of a struggle than I did. Way less. It's going to be another problem for them. They'll be chilling, you know, and that's just it.
All right. Connor Dahlman, no question or comment, just a tedder for my favorite gutter punk, Dilf, Dad I like to fuck, and my 5th favorite drunken Jew. Thank you very much for that, Connor. Appreciate that. I like that. I like when people call me a Dilf. I'm kind of digging that.
Who were the first 4?
I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? They're Jews. Moving on.
I need to know.
Spectacular Wanderer coming soon to YouTube. The Spectacular Wanderer channel. Bunty isn't invited. He called me a racist on Twitter. Just kidding. I love that glorious beard. I love your beard too, man. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Luca Blight 69. Shitlord Saints Trio 15. Ain't even mad. Coming to a theater near you. Love you guys. We love you, Luca Blight. You're always so supportive. You're a great dude. Elandre Delorfa. Thank you, Willamette Valley Food Assistance Program in Dallas, Oregon, serving 300-plus families weekly, keeping the doors open. Donate at GoFundMe. Willamette Valley Food Assistance Program. It is actually a good program. I do know it. I live in the Willamette Valley. That is actually a really good. That's a really good program. Vox Providence. Vox Providence is the dude who did all those amazing pictures of us at VidCon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Real quick, if and the dude was like, we hung pretty much the entire time.
Such a good dude. Twitter, he's so cool. He's such a cool guy.
So cool. And it was funny too, because he's like, oh, I hope you don't mind me hanging around you guys. It's like, shut the fuck up and come to this party. Come on.
Yeah.
and honestly, the guy's he says he's not a professional photographer.
God damn. Dude, you have the skill to be one, because it was amazing. You captured everything so amazing. You were such a cool dude. I'm so happy that you were there. It was fucking great. We love you, Vox Providence. You're a good dude.
And we're going to see you next time.
Poisoning the Well. And he said, meeting you guys at VidCon was amazing. We'll bring more edibles next year and ask more burning questions, such as, is quesadilla a sandwich? We're not going to get into that debate. We'll be here all fucking night. Poisoning the Well. You fucking kids. Fuck you, Poisoning the Well. We love you guys so goddamn much. It's ridiculous.
He's going to be his 60th birthday soon, huh?
Whose?
Sophane's 60th birthday soon.
Sophane's 60th. Oh, yeah. That's mean.
He's really
mean.
He's I mean, let's be honest though. He is really looking forward to the discount bus tickets.
Yeah, totally.
Dude, totally. Yeah, but
Matt pricing all the time. He gets to go buy a Golden Age ticket.
But here's the thing, though. Sophane, so I know Sophane's a little bit older than me, but when he takes the glasses off and he's like all cleaned up and he's dapper as shit, he looks younger than I do. He really does.
I didn't fucking recognize him. The first thing I did, like when I realized it was him, I'm like, what the fuck? You look like a regular taxpayer.
He looks younger than I do. He's a fucking handsome man.
I love their getup, man. It's cool. It's really cool. I love their whole setup. It's awesome.
Dude, Poisoning the Well is one of the best things ever.
It's still Attitude Era wrestling, which is so good.
Oh yeah, dude. I know, some straight fucking Stone Cold meets fucking Mankind shit. It's really great. All right, Matt Cook, Jeff, how does one refute being a GMO shill? You just don't. You just go with it. Nick, my stash is way more on fleek than all your shit. Love you. What's up, Bunty? Shadalay Kekbar. Shadalehu Kekbar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Chatelet. I'm not even gonna try that. I'm just proud of what I'm able to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, all right, I'm gonna bring the stream down with my shitty facial hair. All right, let's move on.
Coward Liberius tipped us out. Thank you very much, buddy. Shane Boatwright. As much as I hope for an Islamic reform, a great deal of the Quran fills me with cynicism. How do we begin such a thing in the Middle East itself? I've had a plan for this for a while. I believe the best way to reform the Middle East is we need to do Operation Normalize the Middle East, where we airdrop in TV DVD combos with a microwave attached to it. On top of this is DVDs of Seinfeld and Hot Pockets. So everybody in Afghanistan gets, they can watch their Seinfeld and they can eat their Hot Pockets and they can get that taste of sweet fucking freedom. And that's how you fix the Middle East. Seinfeld and Hot Pockets. Like, that's how you fucking do it.
I kind of think that actually it's funny because, like, as you're telling me this, I pictured it happening. I pictured them plugging the TV in. I pictured them turning on Seinfeld and watching Seinfeld, you know, with Arabic dubs over it and just like laughing, you know, because it was just like funny.
Yeah.
That could work in a way, but I mean, with the current state of Middle East right now, with ISIS rolling around and shit like that, I feel like almost going to be impossible.
Well, I mean,
people have a whole other channel.
ISIS is going to have a horde of Seinfeld DVDs? Fuck, come on.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I think Byro's suggestion.
The people will rise up and fight ISIS for their Seinfeld DVDs. Come on.
No, we just need to put that JBCB laser on the moon. You zap enough JBCBs down throughout the Middle East, and you know no one's gonna have time or energy.
We just
especially with that hot sun. You eat 2 JBCBs and that hot sun, and no one's gonna have the energy to fight anymore. And then you drop the Seinfeld DVDs, and then they're like, "Well, I guess we can give this a try." See, it's a plan coming together. Don't have faith.
Murder first. So the murder first, and then the Seinfeld later.
Yeah. No. That's where it's at, dude. That's where it's at.
Pretty much describes the 90s for me. I mean,
Dead Bear, finish off that Voodoo Ranger wizard. Have to work tomorrow. I'll catch the rest of the stream later. Good night. Good night, Dead Bear.
Yeah,
Chatelet, my dude.
Good beer.
Milady Cleric, my favorite comedian said the most bigoted shit. Thank God George Carlin is dead. He'd be so ashamed at this 1984 shit. Agreed. George Carlin was a mad wizard. I don't think he'd be very happy with where we're at today. Big Mike, love you, Big Mike. 40 plus characters and super chat costs more. Base Mama, ahem, plug Kilroy. I did, Base Mama. Don't you fucking worry. Don't you worry. Can I just take a moment and just say, meeting Base Mama in real life was really surreal for me because I already.
She was so sweet.
She was so sweet, but like I already had a crush on Base Mama. I already had a crush on her. I was already like, Base Mama is just such a really pretty, awesome, super cool, super smart, awesome human being. I fucking love Base Mama. And then I meet her, I'm like, you're actually fucking gorgeous in real life and super smart in real life. What the fuck? I'm so uncomfortable right now. Yes, please hug me. Hug me.
Jeff, I'll say, like, I can't think of another time, well, actually at all, that I had such a wonderful night. And then waking up next to a person I didn't have sex with. Thank you, Base, for being too drunk to head back to where you were going. That was a wonderful night. Yeah.
All right, so Justin tipped us out $10. Thank you very much, Justin. Big Mike, Wizard of Cause is GD. Hops love you. No mo for bad beer. Yes. Sunny Dude, I'd sooner have myself censored than everyone else censored. The very thought of not knowing what other has to say terrifies me more than not being able to speak myself. How else can you accurately question your own views? I would agree. That is that's speaking truth to power.
Very true. Yeah.
We're gonna do 4 more, and then we're gonna take a break for a minute and we'll catch up again. Anime Moon, oh please Nick, I listen to you fuckers at work. Good, you should. Hopefully we make the time pass better. Frenchinator 2, so. Zoe Quinn is Crash Override Network. I know. Pilotro 19, as a Montrealer now living in Seattle, I think you guys are the perfect podcast trio at the moment. Props to you for what you do, and here's to a drink. Thank you very much. And Undoomed says, Bunty, stay cool.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
There's some more, but we're gonna catch up with them after we get through with the rest of the format. I do think it's interesting though because, you know, we're at a time where we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity to take this YouTube dialogue that we've been fostering for a long time and to bring it into the mainstream real meat space. And, like, you wanting to do that in Montreal is a really good, laudable, awesome fucking idea, man. I think we need to do it all over the fucking world. All over the world.
No, yeah. I think that ultimately, I mean, like, there's so many people that grow up, like, in these cities all over the world that want to be, like, you know, they want to be talk show hosts or they want to be comedians or all that. And everyone wants to kind of go to Toronto or they want to go to Vancouver or they want to go, and even Vancouver is like a dumb idea, but they want to go to LA. You know, it's Toronto. If you want to stay in Canada, you go to Toronto to get in the entertainment business. If you want to leave Canada, then you go to fucking LA or New York. But even
or New Orleans or Atlanta.
Yeah, now apparently Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta is on the rise, right? Because of the you know.
All of my New Orleans actor friends, they're like starting to trickle out, moving to Atlanta because that's where everything is getting produced these days.
Let's take it mainstream. Let's take it into the meat space. Like, let's not get pigeonholed down in this kind of shit, man. Like, let's do something crazy.
Well, the nature of online content is that you can do that, right? But it's more about, like, right now when I think of Montreal, there's plenty of Montrealers with, like, views like mine, but they don't have, like, a Montrealer that has this outlet that's doing it. And I'm doing it.
The other thing too, I mean, not to toot our own collective horn here too much, but I mean, I'm sure you guys can sympathize or empathize or whatever it might be. I've had a lot of people, even when I got up, one of the most amazing things when I got back from California and I landed in, here in Manchester, and next day, ended up going down to my local bar just down the street, and there were two New England area guys who were like huge fans of the shit we all do, and we had a little mini meetup at this bar, and to hear and a lot of people I've heard say, I've been thinking the kinds of things you guys say. I've just been nervous. I'm always just nervous about saying it and expressing myself because it's not a popular opinion and this and that. And it's like, no, man, go and fucking do that. We're doing that. We're doing that here. You can do it too. Go forward. Don't be ashamed of your opinion. The worst thing you can have is a wrong idea. And if you've got enough of an open mind when you talk to somebody else, if they can change your mind, congratulations, you're smarter than you were before. Dude. And that's the kind of thing we all hold on to.
Dude, doing viewer meetups is one of the most amazing things in the fucking planet, because there's so many people who feel so disenfranchised that they see you on the internet, but to actually make the connection into real life and to be able to talk to a person who is championing your ideas, and then there are other people who are there to meet as well, you realize that you're honestly not alone. You're not alone. These subversive ideas are not isolated incidents. It's not just me saying things that you agree with. It's me saying things that other people agree with too, and we all feel the same way. And when we come together as a group in real life, we make that connection that's so poignant, so powerful. It's so powerful that maybe you don't get out very much. Maybe you don't really feel very accepted by society. But because you have a chance to talk to and be around a group of people who feel very, very similar to you, you get that sense of belonging, and that is such an important part of being a human, being a person. And I love doing those meetups just for that purpose. It's so incredible. It's so powerful when you do it. It feels incredible. And I'm humbled by it. Because I'm just some fucking gutter punk dude. Like, who the fuck is even paying attention to me? It's weird.
No, people, the thing is it's because people are scared of saying stuff, and at the end of the day, we're like we're like, they say like these people in sports are like, the 1% of the 1%, these athletes. We're like the 1% of the 1%, man. We're the 1% of the 1% that have this like drive to do something.
Agreed.
If you look at plenty of people that make content on YouTube, and like they're getting like 3, 4, 5 5 views, sometimes 50 views per video. Like it's really like not a lot of views. When I say 3, 4, or 5, it's because I like saw one guy who literally had like 4 or 5 views on like an 18-minute video. Felt terrible, you know.
Oh yeah.
And we're pulling off views with like over in the thousands, right? Which is still pretty good. I mean, not like millions, not like Sargon of Akkad numbers, but it's like
we'll get there.
We'll
get there.
Yeah, it's a matter of getting there. Yeah, you will.
You'll get there. I'll be in the cheap seats.
Shut up, Nick. All right, okay. So moving on. Let's get to our undersubbed, our oversubbed, our cringe of the week. Format be praised. It's time for the format, everybody. Let's get fucking pumped on this shit. So, you Bunty, you fucking laugh, dude. It makes me so happy.
This was his. This was his. The undersubbed of the week this week. It actually comes directly from our own guest, Bunty King. Suggested it earlier today. It's a sort of new thing we're trying out, just experimenting with the format. Because what's a format if it's not evolving? And yeah, so we're giving the guests the opportunity to actually suggest who the undersubbed ought to be. And Bunty this week recommended The Right Opinion. And as soon as I saw the guy's trailer video, I was like, I knew right away. I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this guy's work. I'm gonna enjoy this guy's channel.
All right, let's watch the trailer from The Right Opinion.
Are we in my circle?
Yeah, my circle. You might have to plug in some headphones with your laptop. It might come through. Uh-oh. Do you have headphones?
No, I just muted myself.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
The Right Opinion, the home of a twat with too much free time. I'm on the warpath today, and you're going to be along for the ride with me. If you're here for a pro-vegan video, you're at the wrong place. The deforestation of the Amazon rainforest worries me greatly. You know what I'm doing about it? I'm going to university, working for a degree, and going into politics to try and change that. Going vegan won't stop the rainforest being deforested. As you say, you're boycotting it. You're not stopping it. We need to stop it. Boycotting it is just like turning your nose up to it and then saying, I'm right, when the world's all fucked over, but not doing anything active about it at all. You're not helping here. Recently, I've been noticing a fair few articles pop up in my newsfeed about these gents, the hipster alt-right, and these sexy men who are using pure trendy appeal to reach out to the electorate. Swoon, bitches, swoon. In short, terrorists and twats to whom the top are most likely rich cowards, and the soldiers are a bunch of impressionable kids with no life and no future. To sum up, I'm not really that scared of them. Their dreams of world domination are in fact rather cute to me. So I'd like to start with one that everyone can get behind. I'm sick of BuzzFeed and all the traffic that goes through there. I know I'm so funny. I have a hunch that this one may be fake, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think there are a lot of people out there who would stop BuzzFeed if they could. To be honest, I'm not the most amiable towards the BuzzFeed crew. So, if you want to take a stand, I'll leave it in the link below. Tyler Oakley has no proof. No proof of these claims whatsoever, but he's tweeting to reinforce some angry demographic in their ever-tough battle for social justice. If you don't like a fat person, that makes you weightist. If you don't like a short person, that makes you heightist. I could go on. This is ridiculous. In my opinion, like everything, many people have a sexual attraction to certain races. That could be down to genetic factors or environmental factors, but that's their prerogative. Who the fuck are you to judge, Tyler? Now, if you were here in my earlier videos, I think the EU are a bunch of twats, and self-serving twats at that, so I told them to fuck off. And at some point, it looked like they may just fuck off. But now their fucking off is in question, because there are court cases coming in left and right to stop them from fucking off. The most prominent one being Lord...
Brilliant.
That's a fucking channel trailer done right.
That's a really
goddamn.
That's pretty fantastic. That's pretty fantastic.
Yep.
So sell us on The Right Opinion, Bunty.
So Right Opinions, I met him when I got injected into the commentary community by Colossal is Crazy, and he just kind of like just was really friendly and wanted to like just connect with me. So we connected, and you know, just every now and then we'd talk, and you know, he'd show me some of his content, and it was really just good stuff. And he's like a good kid, right?
Yeah.
He's you know, he's gay, All right, that's something I feel like I want to bring up because it's like he's openly gay on top of that, which I think is cool on the internet. And it's not like he really draws attention to it. It's just that it's just common knowledge at this point. That's how cool it is, right? So that's what I love about it. That's common knowledge. It's not a big deal. And yeah, he's just like a commentary based channel. So he talks about, as you saw, political affairs,
nice,
social, some economic issues. He's like a cool guy. And he's like well researched. He puts time into his video. Like he recently did one on what do you call it? A really good one on Tariq Nasheed.
Oh.
And he did that in response. They got suspended. He
timely.
Worked away on it. Yeah, and he was really good in building up awareness around my suspension, and he was like very good at wording certain tweets that like really banged in terms of like they hit home with people and people wanted to share them, and he's just really good. He's a really smart guy. I said he's really good like about 10 to 20 times, so just go and sub to the
Sure.
He's a good guy.
No, absolutely. No,
Yeah, I'll say as soon as you recommended him to me, I went and checked him out. I checked that channel trailer out. Went and watched a couple of videos, and yeah, I hit that subscribe button pretty damn quick. And his channel's not that old, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's been around, he's been at this for a while, but not super old, right?
No, it's not super old.
He's pretty new. It's pretty new.
I'm gonna make a prognostication here, a wizard's prognostication, and hold a skull while I do it. I foresee him going places fast.
Oh yes.
You're welcome, Magog. Yes. Deal with it.
So
now, yeah, that's our undersubbed. That's our undersubbed. Tariq, you're gonna love this bit though.
Before we get into it, let's catch up again real quick. We're gonna do a quick thing. You guys got a little bit of a tease of what we're gonna be doing here real quick. Sevi Rose, we love you, Sevi Rose. Sevi Rose is an asset to the community, and she's absolutely wonderful. Check out Sevi Rose. Your Seinfeld plan would work right up until that Jewish girl showed up on stream. Loves. Daniel Franklin, just want to send some love to you guys and all the awesome folks in the chat. Chatelet, my dude. Chatelet to all of you. Chatelet. Bottoms up.
I don't think I'm ever gonna really get into that whole Chatelet biz.
It's all right. I'll convert you.
Yeah, and it was a meme. Like, if you were part of the meme storm, it would be in your blood by now.
I feel like it's cringy.
You know why it's so good?
They're gonna hate. You guys are gonna hate me for saying that. But I'm just like, I'm a normie, guys. You guys understand that I'm a normie? You guys know I'm a normie, right? I'm like, I'm pretty much a normie. Like I'm like, if you guys want like a shitlord undercover agent, who would you send? You'd send
Vernaculus.
Yeah, Vernaculus, probably Vernaculus.
You send Vernaculus. Vernaculus doesn't talk.
That's why he's great undercover, man.
I know.
Observes.
He keeps his mouth shut, but he gets that shit done.
He sits there. He drinks the morning champagne.
He needs someone to be like, haha, like, oh, that's totally like whatever fucking normies say, like you want someone that just.
So you don't even know what normies say, so you can't be a normie. You can't be a normie.
I'm sorry, but like, I'm a bit of a normie. I definitely am a bit of a normie.
Oh, I could tell. I could tell. I could totally
vanilla
tell.
lattes, extra hot.
No, you keep. That's okay. No, you keep. No, keep up, Bunty. Keep up the facade, man.
What?
Yo.
Oh, it said keep up the facade. We don't need it getting out. So you're a total normie.
Exactly. I'm your fucking shitlord secret agent.
You're as much a normie as I am an agent of Monsanto, bro.
You are.
You are.
Hey,
I can't believe you don't think you're normie. That's so funny. Because there's so many times where I've been like, what are you talking about? Like people will be like in the chat, like talking about a certain YouTuber, and I'm like, what do you mean? Who is this person you're talking about?
We'll indoctrinate you. It's fine. We have a whole ritual for it. Gonzo Duke says, for 1488, just a reminder, Andy Worski raped and killed a woman behind a Tim Hortons in 1998.
Stupid. So stupid. So dumb.
Oh no.
Chris Banks, Bunty.
Well, at least he's going on vacation.
Chris Banks says, Bunty is too damn handsome. I jealously hate him if he wasn't so rad and nice. I can agree with that. I would be jealous of Bunty, except I can't feel anything but love for Bunty. I can't help it. It's just so ridiculous.
I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything at all. So,
UniEdge, guess what? My college is making me write a game journal on Zoe Quinn's burning pile of garbage. I'm sorry. And one more, real quick. My buddy Rhino says, if I were to start off Bunty's run for mayor of Montreal, let's do this.
I've thought of it before, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'd have more power not being the mayor of Montreal.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
truth be told,
I think whoever owns the media owns the people.
But having met you, I can say that, like, you
controls the universe.
Yeah, you don't actually possess the like necessary qualities of self-loathing and just a blackened heart to really run for office. So please don't, because it would destroy you, and I don't think anyone wants to see that.
All right, so let's do the oversubbed of the night. The oversubbed tonight is, of course, Mr. Tariq Nasheed. Let's take a fucking example of what Tariq Nasheed's actual content is. Let's watch some of this shit.
Amber Rose posted a picture this weekend on Instagram of her nappy snappy. And people were talking about it. It was trending on Twitter.
It sounds like a lawnmower.
I'm really tired of Amber Rose and her hairy, little bootsy fade looking coochie being shown all over the place. I'm cool on that. Amber Rose is real funny style. She goes out of her way to distance herself from blackness.
Is she distancing herself from blackness, Tariq?
Said in several interviews that she's definitely not black. She's Irish and she's Cape Verdean and all of this other shit. And Cape Verde is an island full of Negroes, by the way. So I'm real funny stuff about her. And I've seen pictures of her mother. Her mother's a dark African-looking woman. And Amber Rose has talked about how her family was so racist against Wiz Khalifa. They didn't approve of her getting married to Wiz Khalifa. And I'm like, okay, don't you see the Negro genes in this woman? I mean, hell, look at that damn little bootsy fade looking cooch. I mean, the coochie is a big...
Look at the fucking genes on this woman. You see the genes inherent in this woman? The bootsy cootsy footsie bootsy? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fucking afro looked like she got one of the Jackson 5 in an MMA leg hold. So, you know, she's real funny style. And also, with Amber Rose, she's showing off the afro cooch and popping pussy and all this stuff. Man. And then at the end of the
you gotta give it to him.
And she starts whining and acting like a victim and acting like she's victimized by the same Negroes who propped her up. So we got to be real careful about propping up these people, especially right now, and bringing in people around black society who's not about any form of empowerment. It's all about them getting attention, popping pussy, showing off their
Hold on, pause it. Pause it.
I love it. I'm so glad I picked this.
Such a fucking moron. He's talking about empowering people. All he does is fucking reinforce their victim state, man. Their fucking victimhood. That's all he fucking does. And he does it for views. He does it for money. He's a fucking rat, man. What a rat talking shit. We gotta be worried about getting these people propped up around the black community. This guy's the worst for the black community. Tariq Nasheed can suck.
We lost Jeff. You killed Jeff. Oh god. All right. Well, welcome to the new YouTube Saints. Welcome to my host Bunty King. Brand new show, brand new format. Corpse on the floor. He'll contribute at a certain point. Goddamn. How the fuck do you dedicate a goddamn 1 minute and 4? I mean, it was only a 1 minute and 48 video, but I mean, was it this thing like he saw this picture and he's like, I ain't never gonna get up in that. I ain't never gonna get up in that. Book it. I'm gonna bash a bitch. I'm gonna bash a bitch on YouTube right now. There it went.
I mean, did you guys see?
He is risen. He is risen. Hallelujah.
Did you guys see my reaction video to what he was saying? I feel like
oh yeah, dude, your reaction video was absolutely amazing. Like Tariq starts like saying a bunch of like, here, let me fucking grab it real quick.
Yeah, let's bring that up honestly. Because I mean, like, there was no choice in picking this oversubbed. There was no choice.
Yeah. It had to be Tariq. It had to be.
But yeah. There was some oversight in not actually taking the steps to find out exactly what was meant to be objectable, other than fuck this bitch's nap ass pussy. Oh, it's probably crawling all with white jeans.
I would I think I'm not asking you to like show my reaction video for my reaction video. I'm actually showing, because my reaction video was mainly just to kind of like highlight just how racist this person is.
Oh yeah.
Like just how racist he is. I think it's like it didn't like that was the goal.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, so
Ken just kind of gestured to Tariq Nasheed to show how racist he is. Like,
Bunty,
what do you think of this?
Bunty had the absolute best reaction you could possibly ever do to a Tariq Nasheed video. Like, this is how Bunty reacted to it.
I don't give a fuck about y'all being mad. And your Negro minions and that East Indian coon.
Yo, you want to see something funny, dude?
And I haven't watched his videos. And
Yo.
This motherfucker won't stop talking about me. He was at the convention.
This is the best reaction to a fucking Tariq Nasheed video. A bunch of fucking mixed race people, all sorts of different walks of life, playing in the pool while he's babbling his shit on the fucking sidelines. Who gives a fuck? Fuck you, Tariq.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
Sponsored by McDonald's. Of course.
Loving it.
Man, fuck Tariq Nasheed, dude. This is like the best video ever. Like, you didn't even have to, all you had to do was like just record yourself like playing in the pool. And it's the most epic fucking fuck you to anybody ever. This is incredible.
Dude, you're a fucking Dungeons and Dragons nerd, dude. You're not
Dungeons and Dragons nerd.
You're not gonna bust a damn you're not gonna run up. I really wish I would have went to that convention.
I still can't even imagine, like, so he was like trying to call Derek like some emo nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Emo coon?
Called him emo negro, called him a coon.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
Emo
Man,
negro.
fuck Tariq Nasheed. Fuck Tariq. Shut the fuck. Hashtag shut up, Tariq. Fuck
So
you,
good.
dude. Kiss my
So good.
ass. All right. So, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
having it. Well, I mean, that's honestly, one thing I want to show out though, and honestly, I loved watching this video, because it really was. That is the best response to blanket racist stupidity. It's like, oh, are you being mad? Oh, I'm having a good time. You be mad.
Oh,
you be
yeah.
mad.
Oh, yeah.
Stay mad.
Stay
I don't know
mad,
how
bro.
award shows work.
Stay mad, bro. All right, catch up on Super Chat real quick. We'll do our cringe of the week, and then we're good for the night. So, Super Chat, we got Frenchinator 2. It's nice to see that people want to help others regardless of political perspective. Get the love out. Absolutely, man. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. It's my hippie fucking shining through right now. JT Yearsley, I was trying to swat a fly, and I hit myself with the testicle. Oh, bro.
Sorry, JT. That sucks.
Dude, JT, man, my sympathies, my sympathies.
I thought you had better aim than that. Weren't you like a marksman or some shit?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Words of discouragement. Here, Jeff, have some gay money orbs from Monsanto. I appreciate that. I love all my super show gold, my stolen Jew gold that the Illuminati Monsatan experience gives to me. I appreciate that. Gonzo Duke, nappy snappy for the cummies. Indeed, my dude. The elephant in the room. Love Bunty. Tariq is a doo-doo poopy face dum-dum.
Oh, are you gonna recover that, dude?
I'm really trying to bring back the kids' insults.
Yeah.
And bring them and inject them into like modern like intellectual debates. So
Let's
calling
make it a
someone
thing.
like that. Yeah, calling someone a dum dum or a dingus.
Yeah.
Or a bungus. You know, like
They don't know what to say when you do that. You're like, dude, man, you're a fucking poo poo head, and they're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? What the fuck did you just say? Are you serious? And you're like, yeah, dude, you're a doo doo head, and they're like, oh, what? It's great. Anything that makes your opponent like have to like stop and be like, what did you just fucking say to me?
Well, they just come back and they're like, fuck you, faggot. No, that's not how we're doing this, man. Try again.
Boxy Francis says, wash your nappy snappy. We will wash our nappy snappy. And Undoomed, I love you, Undoomed. You're the best. I love you, Undoomed. You're fucking amazing. Tariq, that sounds like a detergent. Praise Keck. Tariq does sound kind of like a detergent name. It does, a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's like you get little samples of Tariq in your mailbox, and then you got to call the police, and they take DNA swabs and shit. It's
All
fucked
right,
up.
guys. So
We got
the
one.
last
We
thing we're gonna
got
round
one.
out
We
the
got
night.
one more. We got one more from my boy. We got one more from my boy, Anime Mun. If feminism is cancer, Tariq Nasheed is melanoma.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brutal.
That was worth reading. That was reading. I'm glad it was me. I'm glad it was me.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I'm glad it was
I feel
me.
the heat coming off that fire. Jesus Christ. All right, so
yeah,
as the format demands, we did our undersubbed, we've done our oversubbed. It's time for the cringe of the week. Now, we usually don't do this, but the cringe of the week this week is also the oversubbed. Motherfuckers, it's more Tariq Nasheed. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Let's just play it. Oh, God. I haven't seen this yet.
Oh. Well, welcome to it.
Everything about Tariq Nasheed is cringe. We gotta pause on that. Francesca Ramsey says, "Let me be clear. Fuck Tariq. I met Bunty at VidCon, and while he might not agree on some things, he's cool with me, dude. Fuck Tariq Nasheed. Fuck you, dude. Shut the fuck up."
I'll say for the record, because we have paused, I did have a lot of fun making this today.
Oh yes, oh yes.
That was such a good. That was a good one. I love that.
Oh, dude, I know.
Oh my God, the Photoshop.
This is the root of all the anti-black violence. America's white alone population decreasing white all other ethnic group. What the fuck?
What
the fuck?
Let the video play out, Jeff.
Sorry. Dude, I'm trying to like.
I'm so triggered.
I'm triggered. Shut up, Tariq. Yes, Bunty. Bunty. Reality is too hard for Mr. Tariq Nasheed. Of course it will.
Really?
Of course it will.
Vikings?
Not done.
Oh yeah.
Vikings?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my God, dude. Bunty. We gotta get you and Derek in on one of the Hidden Colors live streams, because it is so amazing watching those fucking those documentaries that he's made, because he's made four fucking documentaries of Hidden Colors, and they are full of the most amazingly fucked up pseudoscience I've ever seen in my life. It's so fucking mental.
I'm very proud of that video.
People lap it up, man. People lap that shit up. They're like, yeah.
No, they love it. They fucking love that shit. It's incredible.
Yeah. Dumb.
Yeah, it's amazing. The one thing I couldn't find, and I wanted to put it in that video because I know that his particular enthusiasm, let's say the club that's clustered around the light that is the hope that they were all of history. There are plenty of these gangs who swear that the ancient Israelites, the original Jews, were black. And well, the rest of us are imposters. And apparently, as far as I could tell, I mean, I didn't, the research wasn't that thorough, I'll be honest. But as far as I could tell, he's avoided talking about that.
Of course.
And I guess I could see why.
Of course. All right, so everybody else out there, for everybody out there in the internet land, we have been the YouTube Saints. Our message to you, our parting shot to you, is a message of hope. It is very simple. Hashtag wash your ass, motherfuckers. Wash your motherfucking ass. Because
a chicken in every pot and a washed ass for every king. That is the dream of this land, as it has been since it was founded. And now Jeff has gone mute.
Jeff, you're muted.
Yeah, Jeff, you're muted. I knew there was a reason I got away with that.
Oh, shit. Oh, I totally bumped it. All right. Wash your ass. We have been the chemotherapy to YouTube's fucking cancer. We are the YouTube Saints, here with our special guest, the immaculate and incredible and amazing human being that Bunty King is. Go subscribe to Bunty King. Go subscribe to our Undersubbed, the Right Opinion.
The Right Opinion. Yep, the Right Opinion. You all saw that. Go give them your love.
You're incredible. Our hearts, our love, our melanin is with you. We love you so much. Everybody else.
And in the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other, everybody. Be excellent.
I should have thrown in that. Kill the stream, Jeff. I'm embarrassed.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Have a fantastic time. We love you. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night.
And that was a show.